Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we look at old games and new and we try to uncover some of those hidden gems that you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. Today we're looking at a little indie game called Thronefall from a small German developer that has had a great deal of success. It's kind of like a tower defense game. It's got quite some unique mechanics. I am going to be playing this on a controller today, and that's one of probably the unique things about this title is that it is quite optimized for using a controller. I'm using an Xbox controller attached to my PC. It still plays fantastically just using keyboard and mouse. As always, I'm going to wrap up this video with a bit of a recap on my thoughts, my recommendations, and kind of how I felt the game played so far. I have played probably about 3 hours of gameplay so far into this title, but we'll start a little bit earlier on in the game so you can see a bit of how it looks. Let's give it a crack. So right off the bat, this is how we move around the kind of world map of the game, where this little commander is this little dude on the horse, and we're walking around these different tiles that represent the different environments or kind of land masses of which we play each level. So over here we've got the tutorial level, but we're not going to go into that one because I feel it's a bit slow for what we're trying to do, and I want to show you a little bit more of the gameplay that we have access to. So we're going to jump in here to Nordfels, and whenever we start a level, you can see that we've got a weapon choice for our commander, we've got a series of perks and a series of mutators that we can pick from. Now, the weapon determines our kind of auto attack and our special skill that our character has. Our perks determine kind of how we're going to structure our playthrough. Right now, the 5 I have selected, they're not great, but they kind of affect mostly economics. I tend to play that. I really love tower defense games and things like that. I tend to very much like trying to build mechanics around getting a whole lot of money early game that then pays off in the late game. Mutators down here are kind of like your challenge runs, so you can get more XP at the end of each turn by turning some of these on or off. As you move through the game, you level up based on how you've achieved each level, and that unlocks more of these weapons and more of these perks throughout it. Right now, the weapon I've got selected is a lightning staff. I've only played through with this once, which is some lightning, and you've got an active ability to kind of create a little trap or a bomb that goes off each turn. So let's dive in and give it a shot. So this is our level map, right? And so basically each day there's a day and a night cycle. Night is when we get the waves of the tower defense sort of waves. During the day cycle is when we build. You can see these little nodes on the ground. They're what allow us to build our buildings. So if we hold down A, we spend our money from that bottom right hand corner where we've got our little treasure chest that looks fantastic, and that allows us to build one of our buildings or structures, which we've just built our castle. We can sprint around, move around the map really quickly. Now, what I always like to try and do in this game is or in any tower defense, I try and build some of the economic buildings first. So we're going to start off by building 2 houses. Houses generate 1 income per turn, and as long as they survive the round. If they don't survive, then we lose that building. Now, what we can see down here is this is where the enemy are going to come from. This is their lane, and we've got 3 knights that are coming from that direction. We can also hold down a button to see the possible buildings we can build at this time. Once we upgrade our castle, this expands out as well. So, let's... I'm just trying to remember the button to pass the turn, because I haven't actually played on a controller in a while. There we go, hold A. Alright. So we've got our auto attack, and that's our active one, that little boom. There we go. So we go through this first little round of 3 dudes. You can see my auto attack shooting off there, and that's my active one. Cool, we have got them. Okay, we now have, by the look of it, 8 of those same guys coming from that direction. What are we going to do? I think we survived that one quite handily, so we might go again with economics. Try and see whether we can sneak through another round of just building some of our houses up. You can see we got 9 money at the end of that turn, so each of these will then generate $1 for us. Yeah, got 2 of them. We're trying to lure them all in together. If we die, we do respawn, but it takes a while. So it can get you into a position where you're trying to do what I'm doing right now. You can get into a spot where the time it takes for you to respawn allows all your buildings to get destroyed. There we go, another 2. We've just got this little boy left. We're not doing much damage to him with our lightning, but we should be able to finish him off with one of our... There we go. Excellent. Okay. We now have 2, I believe they're flying units over here that are coming down, and 8 knights from the bottom. So I think it's time that we start building a little bit of defense to, because we've got 13 money now. So we're going to drop 3 here to get a tower. And am I going to be cheeky? Yeah, let's be cheeky and keep getting some resources in some buildings. These mills are also like houses. They generate some money. And when we upgrade certain buildings, we can pick upgrades for them. So with the mill, we can have them so they're able to have some anti-air attacks from the mills. We also can have them, get more money and things like that. I'm actually going to make this an anti-air one. And then we build a little farm and another little farm there. Do we have anything we can spend the last $3 on? We could save it. I think we might even spend it over here to get one more tower. Just so we got a bit of defense up, bit of static defense. Now, one thing that does miss from that kind of tower defense genre is you're not really creating lanes, like as we typically do in tower defense, try to kind of make these mazes that drag the enemies towards them, because the buildings are node-based, so we don't have a lot of selection in where we're putting our buildings, but it's more around the order that we're building them in. Now we're up to $17. Once again, we survived that quite handily. I do think I want to keep expanding my economy a bit, and so it's going to take $7 to upgrade our castle. When we upgrade our castle, we can then choose a buff that's going to affect the rest of the playthrough. So 75% health and self-healing for your character, 75% attack damage output for your character. So that really makes my commander very strong. Builders Guild, this is the one we're going to go with. Every evening a level 1 house is automatically upgraded to a level 2 house if available, and 1 is immediately upgraded now. That's fantastic. We also get the health, but we're really after that leveling up upgrade, because when we upgrade a house, we get more money from it. So basically, instead of spending money to get those upgrades, they're just going to automatically start happening every turn. And you can see it actually expanded out the amount of area that we can build, which is great as well. Now, there's another little house up here we can build. Let's put that one in. We're loving our economy being big and strong. We do have quite a lot of attackers coming from each side. I'm going to throw down a tower there, and let's see whether we can get one of these mills in. Let's go with the wind trap, which basically makes a bit of static defense around against range. And let's see how this goes. Send it. Alright. Alright, our towers are going quite strong here. Or maybe it's doing something else, I'm not sure. But put that in there. It looks like this side might be the weakest side for us, because we don't really have a tower there as readily. But we'll drop down one of our little magic explodey things, and it gets at least one of them. That's nice. We are getting to the point where I think we're going to need some walls soon. Okay. Handy defense. Once again, I love how the money kind of sucks in towards our character at the end. Each turn then empties into our treasure chest. That's quite a cool effect. Feels really good. Okay, well, as I said right at the start, I'm a big one for getting the money up and running. So let's continue with that. Get some more grain fields there. What else can we do? We've got 23 coins. Takes 20 to upgrade that. I think we're going to start getting some units on the field. So let's go here first to get some crossbowmen, hunters, fire archers. Let's go longbow. Let's get some longbow archers. Now, what we can do when we get our units is we can kind of bring them around with us, and they'll follow us around, and we can place them where we would like them to defend from. So that's, we can kind of move them around the map. We might grab some more over here. So these little barracks kind of create our troops that we can move around. So we've got a whole bunch of units there. I'm going to put in... Oh, there's a house here we can get. We definitely want more houses. Always more houses. 13 still to spend. Let's get this tower upgraded. We might go to a bunker tower, because I think that... Yeah, it starts shooting faster and faster and faster each turn. And do we? Yeah, we've got enough for another upgrade. We'll do the same over here. And let's get a tower on this corner here, just in case we need it sometime soon. Alright. These little clockwork dudes are quite fast. Oh, this guy's a problem. Yeah, I said it before, I definitely think I need to start worrying about some walls, because we are getting quite a few sneaking through. Sip of coffee. Alright, so... Yeah, I reckon we start getting some of this wall defense up. We're going to spend a lot of money this turn just building our little sections of our wall. And we'll build that big one. There we go. So at least we have something that will slow them down somewhat if they make it through. It's another house. What do we got? We've got 13 left. What do we want to spend on? We've got quite a heavy push coming from the front. So it's probably worth us having to filling out these towers here. 369, that would be... yeah, let's do that. Let's just get a bunch of base level towers. Bit more static defense. And we'll throw, just for even, to keep it all even, put one more over here. That way we've got at least the base level towers up pretty much everywhere. Oh, can we get him? Yep. So, one of the benefits of tower defense games is... Oh, here we go. So I've died. I'll get back to what I was saying in a minute. This is what happens when you die. You kind of still move around in spirit form, and you can then respawn at the end of the timer. Now, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have an economic impact. We'll see in a second. I don't think we... Yep, there's no economic impact for dying in that. There might be a points one at the end, but it does mean that your defense is a little bit lower. So we got a bunch of flyers, 15 coming in on the left-hand side here. Let's build this tower up. Let's make it... what do you reckon? Do we go another bunker? Armored... Ooh, I like the idea of sniper towers because they hit a bit further. Let's go some sniper towers and let's upgrade this one to a sniper. See, there's another house over here. We want as many houses as we can. We're not missing any. Cool. We might even upgrade our farm here. Get a bit more money from that. Probably should have done that over to the other side that was going to be defended for this turn, but we'll do that now. And put in a few more fields, get a bit more money for the next turn. Can we do this one as well? Ah, we can and get one of the farms. That'll spend out our money. That's always useful. Okay, and I guess what we might do is... we might grab our crossbowmen from over here. Let's grab them and we're going to bring them on down to help with the defense. So we got a little bit extra AoE. Sorry, anti-air. Now what I was saying is one of the good things about tower defense is they're quite a relaxed game. You can do them while doing other things. The fact that this works so well with a controller is really quite a great thing for any kind of couch gaming or anything like that that you might do. Soundtrack in this game is fantastic. I'm sure you noticed the whole way. And the animation has a really quirky style. I really enjoy the even like the trees over there. There's a really nice little artwork, cartooniness to it. That's quite lovely. So we got 30 knights coming in the front and a whole lot of air-based attacks on the right. Not loving this. Well, first thing, let's just finish off this farm so that we're getting max there. I think we need that tower up. We're definitely going to want this one. Oh, I just upgraded the house. I did not mean to do that. Let's go sniper tower over here. This bunker one's already been set up. What are we thinking? We're thinking we need a bit more. Do we want an armored tower? I don't think we really need an armored tower. Castle tower? Let's try a castle tower here. And here we'll do the same. And then maybe over here we go snipers. So that they've got a bit of distance to be able to hit both sides. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's get some barracks here. Knights, spearmen, flails, or berserkers. I feel like we want knights against their knights. So we've got a bit more extra defense here. We've got another barracks over here we can build. I feel like it's a good idea to diversify. Do we want berserkers? Let's get some flail boys. They seem fun. Yeah, okay. So let's grab the flail guys. We're going to bring them down here along with our knights. And we're going to plonk them right out here. Ready to go for this this frontline battle. I think I'm going to situate myself up here. I do have $6 more I can spend. Is there anything I want that I can spend $6 on? I can get that tower up. And we'll make that a sniper too because it's so far back. Hopefully that means there's enough fire going on these aerial guys over here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Here's our soldiers in and about the battle. And we can control our units as we move through as well. So we can have them, we can bring our forces up here if we so desire. I don't think we really need to, but we are getting pushed quite heavily on that side. But our bowmen and our crossbowmen are holding off. Do think we need some more AoE. Our flails and knights are holding line strongly up the front. Money is coming in great, 55. That is fantastic. There's no more houses we can pick up. Alright, I think it might be time for us to go for another upgrade on this castle. Let's spend 20. What do we want? All towers and wall upgrades permanently discounted by 1. Oh, I mean, I like that, but I feel like we've bought most things. Ooh, that's pretty good. Units can attack while you command them. Let's go with that one. I like that idea. So basically we can drag our units around with us and they defend as we go. No more houses down here that we can build. What do we want to get? By going up another level of the castle, we've unlocked the ability to upgrade our towers to a higher level, which is great. But I think our first money is going to go on getting more and more ranged units. So we can select our whole army like this. And they can come around with us. And I reckon that's exactly what we're going to do. Where do we think our biggest threat's from? It's probably, if we start from one side and clear our way out, I reckon that's the way to go. So that latest castle upgrade's what's given us the ability to kind of wander around with our troops following and attacking while we move, which is really important because otherwise they just follow and they don't attack until we kind of like lock them down somewhere, until we send them somewhere. Alright, we are holding strong. Alright. So press B to place only a single unit type, so we can go boom. And we can actually like allocate out our dudes here like that. Which we're probably not going to do, to be honest. We're probably just going to take all our troops and use them in one go. We can see we're getting pretty heavily pushed from one side. I reckon, so we're going to go here, upgrade this one. So we can make it shoot additional arrows, ballista, fire, or healing. Let's go fire, so it spews out fire nearby anyone that's close. Let's go over here and go this one, the sniper tower. Let's give it the ballistic upgrade. And this sniper over here, let's give the additional arrows. And let's go for this. So you can kind of mix and match these upgrades because they're the same regardless of the previous upgrade. So you can kind of get, right, a sniper with 2 bullets, or a ballista with, sorry, not a ballista, a bunker tower with fire. Like, you can kind of mix them all up. A healing tower. No, don't think we need that. Let's go Archer's Spike. No. Another ballista, why not? Let's see how this goes. Whoa. We're just going to hover here until we see a weak spot in our defenses to shore up. So I really don't want these farms to go down if I can avoid them, because that's the extra money that we get. Alright, we are holding quite nicely. Our towers are putting in some serious work. We are encroaching this side slightly. Now, it would make sense for me to go boom and put down a unit type over here and one here. And we are getting a bit of a push up here, which we don't want. So, just spreading my dudes out a little bit. Now, there is an ability to put them on hold position, which is important for when they're kind of... You saw how I put a group down the bottom and they started to roam up after I put them there for a bit. Alright, $63. $63 dues. And we do have a big push on our front. What do we have left to build? We've kind of managed to max everything out quite well, which is... This is one of the reasons I tend to like going economic builds in tower defense type games, is although it's a bit of short-term pain, you get that real long-term game that I enjoy quite a bit. We're going to go fire tower there. We're going to go you know what, I am going to go a Healy tower there. And we're going to go for this one. We'll go one of the ones that shoots additional arrows. And while I've got the money, we might as well upgrade a wall. Make it a bit stronger there. Oh, I can actually upgrade these. I didn't realize I could keep upgrading that. Just make it a bit stronger. Might as well do that. I'll do this one too. I'm not sure what difference that makes necessarily, but who knows. Summon the troops and send it for another night. Just got them all sitting on me as a giant ball. Let's just plonk them all down there so that we can get in here and drop some of our AoE little bombs. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I like that sunrise whenever it moves to daytime. It's got a really lovely looking day-night cycle. Okay, we've got only a small attack here of 5 guys, because I believe we might be getting up close to the end of the round, the game, the turn, whatever we call it. Let's upgrade our amount of... Let's just put a fair bit of our money into our troops. We're using them a fair bit at the moment, so get 8 more knights, and let's get another 4 more on there, and let's get some more flails. Okay, we have a maxed out army. I don't think we can get more than that. And we'll put our $6 into that side of the wall. Alright, send... We're going to absolutely slaughter these 5. Done. Yeah, as I thought. So this is kind of our last wave, and you can see it's quite a large hit that they're coming at us with. So what are we going to do? You can zoom in and zoom out, as you can see. I'm going to unclick that. Let's have a look at... We have $64 dues to spend. I reckon maybe we just sink them into the walls a bit. Okay, fully upgraded walls. The only things left to upgrade is a mill and those 3 towers on the left. As we're right up towards the end of the game, I think it's definitely a case that we want the towers to be the strongest we can get them. Let's go. I find it hard to pass up the double arrow towers, but just because I like that extra damage that we're getting, so throw that in there. We're down to $1 to spend. That's perfect. Only the mill left to go. And to me, it looks like I think our best spot to start, or I want to say the bottom, but I think it might actually be over here. I'm not sure. I'm just going to walk around with them and see where we're needed most. Crossbows coming in from them. Little like automatons that take quite a bit of a pounding. Okay. Where's our next attack from? They're coming in waves. I think our towers have got this for those sides with the flyers. I think we're fine over there. I think it's more these like siege engines and stuff we got to watch out for. Okay, got the horde with me. There's a nice combination of the slower paced tower defense of watching each wave come, watching the defenses play out, and the ability to take a more active role in the game, which is really quite positive. It doesn't force you to do that. You can just kind of set your troops up, play it out, see how it goes, but you can take this kind of commander-based role where you're very much focused on perks and level ups that increase your commander's damage, its ability to lead the troops, and then take that more active engagement role when you're in a fight like this. Quite a few flyers pushing in here, but I think we're okay. Love the little bubbly fire effect coming off that tower there. And, ooh, have we... You can see the dawn coming in. Have we... No, we're not quite there yet. But the dawn is encroaching. Love how the music's kind of become a bit more epic to match where we're at in the game. Got another troop that's just come down, which means one of our guys has died, so the barracks is spawning them as we go for these longer fights. And there we go. I think that was the end of that turn. It was victory! Okay. Base score, gold bonus, new record. And you can see us leveling up there. So, health potions. So these are the perks that we can add to our character as we go through each round. Range damage. And stronger heroes. So we went up quite a few levels then. And then we go back to the main area. So this was only the second mission here in the game. The second area. But if we go down here, for example, I'll show you what a different biome looks like. Let's take a different... We'll take heavy sword. We'll just grab some of those stronger heroes. Let's go health potions and anti-air telescope. Sure. And you can see down the bottom we have quests. That's what... I'll just go back for a sec. Over each of the different missions, you can see the 1 out of 1, 3 out of 6, 1 out of 6. Those represent the quests, which are down the bottom left-hand side there. You can see for this one I've got 1 out of 6, and you can see in the bottom left I have achieved one of those. So the other quest I've got is to achieve a victory with the sword and the snake mutator, which is here. Quite a few of the other mutators achieve a high score of 12,500. So there's a whole lot of different little ways that they kind of make each mission feel different based on what you choose to select in this way. The maps look quite different. As you can see, this is the ice one, and each of the maps have their different unique challenges with them. They'll have different pathways, like this one. There's things like gold mines, there's docks, there's water areas. So the game does kind of expand in quite an interesting way. I'm looking at the time. We're going to call it here in a second. But to wrap up, I just want to talk a little bit about my thoughts about this particular title and who it might interest and what pros and cons it has. Personally, a title I very much enjoy. I love the art style. I love the sound design. I think they've done a fantastic job of really making it feel rewarding to achieve things. They keep the push and pull balance of challenge to simplicity really strong in this game. That's a really important thing for tower defense games. You get the satisfaction of feeling like you have achieved something and you're getting a really strong build without feeling too overpowered. You don't necessarily suddenly enter a stage where you're like, oh my god, I can just set and forget. Which for many tower defense games, once you've kind of figured it out, once you've solved it, you can kind of enter that space where you're just mindlessly building. They seem to have landed a really nice balance there with the unit types, the diversity, and the direction you can build in. At first, I was really skeptical playing this because I didn't like the forced area build design. I've always liked with tower defenses being able to kind of build those little channels and mazes that force units to go in certain directions, and I felt that was a lack for me. But after playing it for a while, it's just a different type of game, and it doesn't detract from the experience they're trying to build here, which is really quite a satisfying one. I like the diversity in terms of approaches you can take: a hero-centric, a unit-centric, a specific type of unit, whether it's ranged or melee-based, or a specific building-based. I think there's a really intriguing diversity to those playstyles, particularly once you start to add in things like the mutators that really start to restrict your ability to get money or defend yourself quite well. All in all, for a small indie developed game, this is a fantastic title. Keep an eye out for it. It is regularly on quite a bit of a sale. Very well put together. As you can see, the game goes on for quite some time. I'm only just at the beginning of it, but I highly recommend it if you're into these kind of titles. This has been Sidequest Gaming. If you like my content, you like the stuff we're putting together, please like and subscribe. I know that's something that everyone says on every channel, but it really does make a difference, and it really enables me to be able to keep producing these videos for you. So, without further ado, have a fantastic day. See you in the next one. Catch you later.